So here's a review of my Jaguar E-Type 1962 Series 1 3.8, obviously straight 6. I bought the car about 2 years ago and have restored it back to pretty much original with a couple of little tweaks. Put on the original torsion bar suspension. I've still got Woolwood calipers on it, which is handy for the braking. Changed the interior somewhat, gone back to stock for most of it. As you can see, I've put an Alcantara wheel because I like Alcantara and I'm driving it quite a lot. All the original gauges are back in. I've taken out the radio and put in an air conditioning unit from the UK. It's not cheap, it's about £3.5 grand, but it's actually pretty good. Got all the original centre console in there, original seats. It was originally raced, so I decided to keep this roll cage and well, cover it in leather because I'd quite like to race as and when you know, I get on the track, go to Australia or whatever else. And then I've done some little bit of diamond stitching similar to the Ferraris, if you like, the 550s and stuff. On the back I got the suitcase from the Globetrotter suitcase, which they've done in the limited edition, the 5 lightweights that they made. I've got a similar one with the same model, just different colour. Yeah, you know, little touches. I've done an Alcantara roof. I don't know if you can see it there. It's like a grey Alcantara. I just like it, you know. I think Alcantara feels great, wears well. I've done a little bit too thick on the side here. You actually see on the better here. The leather's a bit too thick. Originally it didn't come with leather on those quarter panels. It actually came with faux leather, which is thinner. This has got original leather throughout, so it's a bit thicker, so you can't actually close those quarter windows, so I need to get that sorted out. But yeah, it's pretty much there. That's a cover on the steering wheel, so I can take that off whenever I want. I've got the original wood underneath. You know, a cut out switch over there that was used for racing, and I thought I'd keep it if I decide to race. I put a 4-speed 4.2 box in it, although it's got a 3.8 engine, mainly because it's better. It's fully synchro. It's going to take more stick, and now I'll show you the engine, which is I've been upgraded a little bit. So this is the engine. This is a 3.8 original 1962 straight 6. A few things that have been upgraded. I've got the aircon down there, as you can see, which is really good. You know, I've had it on setting 1, and you can go up to like setting 3, and it's ice cold pretty much. It's all you need. Me and my mate did a classic car rally in October in Dubai, and it was about 34 degrees, and it was okay. Without it, it's way too hot. Got an upgraded cooling at the front there, as you can see. Clayton Engineering, I think it is. And I went with a 1-2-3 ignition system on there. The engine's running quite high compression, about 15:1, so it's got about 300 brake. I think it's about 326, and then I brought it back to about 295 because I put slightly milder cams on. You got the Weber carbs there as well, which take a while to set, but once they're set, it sounds absolutely awesome. I got a fuel pressure regulator there, which is running about 3.5 psi, which is about what you should be running on the Webers apparently. We've messed around with them quite a bit. Put the original sort of reservoirs there on. Here I was originally running coilover suspension. And just went back to torsion bar. So now the torsion bar is much better. It's much softer. I have got the coils on there, as some of you will notice, so it's mainly because it's adjustable. So if I want to go racing with it or adjust the height up and down, I can do that with them. But as you can see, the original torsion bar is all in place now, which was a bit of a pain to fit, but we got in. Got all original, put in a new steering rack there. Basically all the bushes, everything. The only thing that's upgraded really down there is the Woolwood calipers. which, to be honest, if you've got about 300 brake, you want to stop. So that's why I put that in. So it runs really well. I could do a bit of a polish under there, but you know, I've been driving it a couple of times a week, so I haven't really had a chance. So yeah, there we go. It's all pretty much done now. I need to get the heads polished there. Got a semi sort of performance pipe on it. Originally it had an American engine in it before, which was just criminal, so I took that out. I got these wheels in the UK, which are really nice. I'm trying to think of the place that I got them now. But they're slightly wider than the originals. So I got 205 70 R15s on there with the Pirellis, and they're great. And these really look beautiful, you know. And then you've got the original pipe. Here it's pretty much done now. All at the back here, back at the front, I deleted the aerial, so I didn't want that on there. So you can see that nice twin exhaust, which is how it should be. Had a V12 exhaust on there before. Some of the crap people do to cars really astounds me. So there we go. It's pretty much done. That's where the aerial was, but we got rid of that. So yeah, I love it. I was going to do it in silver, opalescent, sort of blue silver, but with red leather. But in the end, it was black, so I decided to keep it. Same. You got the nice wing mirrors there, sort of like bullet wing mirrors, which I think look really nice. There we go. I'll give it a little start, shall I? Yeah. So here we go. Lovely speedo there. I need to get that sorted out. It's a little bit wily. Sounds quite meaty actually when it's from the outside. So it's pretty poking. And then the aircon, this unit I fitted, switch it on here. Got some nice aircon coming out. You know, just practical stuff. You know, things like brakes, I think, and aircon, if you want to be driving it a lot, fine. This is not a prom queen. It's I want to rag it around a little bit, you know. So and the beautiful toggle switches on the Series 1, I just absolutely love these. Most of these work on the bright panel, you know, all the wipers and everything else. I heard that the American models came with three wipers, and the UK models came with two wipers. That's apparently how you can tell, but there we go. Lovely. So I also went with a 4-speed box on this, just to stick with the original. I could have gone for 5, but I stuck with a 4-speed on the 4.2 fully synchro as mentioned, just so that when people get in the car, it looks like an original 3.8 in terms of the box. There we go. It's driving wise, it's great. I actually had it out with a 964 turbo the other day, and it held its own pretty much all the way. It was you know, we were with level pegging, so with 300 brake horsepower, and it's pretty rapid, and round the corners with that torsion bar suspension, and it works beautifully, you know. And the Pirelli's on it. It's slightly lower, I think, than the original. I tried to get it close to the original height. And handling wise, it's been absolutely great. Said now I got that ignition system on that failed last year. I got the 123 from SNG Barrett, and it seems to be running perfect. It's quite warm at the moment, and it's been running beautifully. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching, and recommend getting hold of one and doing a project on it. It's good fun. Cheers.